I said, come here, baby, come here quick. You know that old cocaine, it makes me sick. I see the policeman, dressed in blue. You know he's been doing things, he's been doing them to you, yeah. Hello, my name is Kurt, and today I will be talking about anger. Now, in today's society, there's a lot of angry people, and it's very hard to manage anger in such a high-strung society. And I see it all the time. You know, people get upset over everything. I'm driving, you know, they flick you off, they start beeping, you know, they curse, throw stuff out the window. Or just plain walking down the street, you know, walking, some guy or person, whatever, just says, hey, hippie, cut your hair, faggot, blah, 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 blah. Anger for no reason, like, it's ridiculous. And people get angry at everything. It's not just, and it has nothing to do with you. See, a lot of people think, oh yeah, you know, they're getting angry because I suck at driving, or they're getting angry because I have long hair or whatever. But that's not the truth. The anger stems from inside of them, and they're just trying to reach out and throw it upon another person to make themselves feel better. Now, there's a quote by Buddha that goes something like this. I'm not entirely sure of how it goes exactly, but I'm just gonna say it how I think it is. It's like, holding on to anger is like holding a burning hot coal in your hand and trying to throw it at somebody else. You're the one who's gonna get burned first, you know, and it makes sense. And I'm just gonna share how to deal with anger and how to transmute it in a better way, because anger and stress and all these things really screw up the body, screw up the mind, and it's unhealthy. So, in the beginning of the video, I was singing Led Zeppelin song Dazed and Confused, the live version. So that's one of the ways to get rid of anger. Sing to your heart's content. Get a song stuck in your head, or choose your favorite song, and when nobody's around, or screw it, even when people are around, it has probably a greater effect, because then it makes other people laugh, and instead of them being angry, they're gonna start laughing. Yeah, they'll think you're insane, but it'll bring some joy into their life, you know? So it beats them being angry, you know? So sing in the shower, sing when you're alone, and really get into it. Like, express your emotions, and if you're really, really angry, listen to something like heavy death metal and stuff and scream like, rah, you know? Like, just really get into it and get rid of that. Through that song, through emotion, headbang, jump around like me. Like, I take my guitar and like I usually play Nirvana songs and stuff, and I just get into it, man. I start jamming the hell out and like smashing my guitar. Like, I don't smash it, but I like swing it around and hit it against something every once in a while, you know? And at the end of the song, it's done. Like, the anger is gone, you know? I'm more tired than angry, you know, and I'm actually relieved. So that's one way to get rid of anger. Another way to get rid of anger is to meditation. Meditation's obviously good, but it could get kind of hard to control your emotions while you're already angry. When you're meditating, you're going to be focusing more on the anger and stuff. If you're a beginner, that is. If you're a good meditator or whatever, you don't really need any anger solutions, because you're pretty good at controlling your emotions normally and regularly already. So you'll be okay. But I'm just saying, like, just for a beginner, and even as an expert meditator or whatever, sometimes there will be something that sets you off. Now, I'm not a person who likes to gossip or anything, or talk about other people, but there was just something that really set me off one time. And like I said, I'm not a person who angers easily, but this pissed me off, and it stayed on my mind for years. I have this neighbor who has a wife and 2 or 3, he doesn't live there anymore, 2 or 3 kids or whatever. And like, he seemed like a really nice guy, whatever. I would talk to him every once in a while, and like, he seemed really, really cool and devoted to his wife and kids and stuff like that. When he was around them, you know, he acted like Prince Charming, you know, like the perfect dad, the perfect husband, whatever. Well, I was in Home Depot picking up some soil for my plants. This was a while ago, and I saw him at the cash register. He was working at the cash register, and so whatever, I went, got my soil, brought it to the cash register, and before I brought it to the cash register, I kind of saw him like staring at every girl that walked by, like he was some kind of sex-crazed hound dog or something, you know? I'm like, what the hell? Whatever. Maybe he's having a bad day or something, right? That's no excuse, but anyway. I get there, he's like, oh, hey, man, whatever. He recognized me, so we start talking, whatever. And in front of us, there was this girl, like this young girl, maybe 20, 21, 22, and this guy's like 30 or something, right? And he's like, yo, check out her ass and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, are you fucking serious? Like, you have a wife and kids at home that are literally waiting for you to get home, and you know, why the hell do you do this? Like, oh, they're not here, man. Like, what's the problem? Like, you're a man too. Like, I said, yeah, I'm a man, but I'm not married, you know? I'm freaking single. Like, when you get into a marriage and you get into a commitment, at least be committed. If that's not for you, then don't do it. Why waste your damn time if you're gonna look at every girl and want to bang her when you already have a wife and kids at home, like literally waiting for you to come home, and are happy that you are their father and you know, her husband or whatever. And it just pissed me off. Like, this thing just pissed me off. And like, I'm like, damn, like, these people are so, how should I say, they put up a facade. They're so two-sided, you know. I never expected, like, I kind of have faith in humanity, but there's some things that make me lose faith in humanity more and more. And this was one of the situations. I'm like, this guy, so devoted to his wife and kids and all this stuff at home, and then he goes off at work and staring, and probably, you know, would cheat if the possibility or the opportunity came up. I guarantee you, I put like, you know, $200 on it that he would go off and bang that random girl or whatever. And it just pissed me off. There are a lot of other things that piss me off, but things like this piss me off a lot. And anyway, that's just an example. Some things can set you off, even if you're not a person that gets set off very easily. So I said singing is one way to get rid of your anger. Just singing, dancing along to music, headbanging, all this stuff. Another thing, running or exercise and stuff. Lift weights, like heavy weights. Like, just get pissed off and just start lifting, and that'll give you adrenaline boost, and that'll make you lift more, you know. And like, you know, think of that person you hate and whatever, and just lift those weights. It'll go easier. So you're transmuting the anger into something positive. Instead of going off and punching that guy that you hate in the face, you're saying, screw it, I'm gonna lift these weights and I'm gonna get stronger. I'm gonna transmute that anger into health. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm trying to talk about in this video. That's kind of what it's all about. And like I said, exercise, running is perfect. Just get out there in the middle of the night, and you could combine it with singing and screaming, but you might run out of breath quick. But just run at as fast as you can, anywhere. Just make sure you obviously watch your surroundings and stuff. You don't want to get injured or whatever, but run as fast as you can for as long as you can. Make that anger fuel your running. Keep going, keep going, keep going till that anger is so exhausted, and you're so exhausted, you get a runner's high or whatever, and then you don't care about the anger anymore. It's gone. It's off, you know. And let's see, another way to get rid of anger is just hobbies and stuff. What do you like doing? You know, I see a lot of people, they drink or they smoke weed or they smoke tobacco or whatever, and stuff to get rid of their anger. But all these things are just temporary solutions. You're not transmuting the anger. You're masking and hiding the anger with these substances. It's not going to get rid of it. Sure, like, you'll feel good while buzzed on alcohol or whatever, but once you're off the alcohol and you're kind of hungover, or even if you're not hungover, the anger will still be there. You'll still be pissed. So unless you know how to transmute emotions while on certain substances or whatever, this is why I find tobacco very useful for me, because I could get into this altered mind state, whatever, and I could do things with clear focus. I could write songs. I could transmute my anger and everything so much easily, whatever, into creativity or anything. But like I said, if somebody doesn't have an experience with this, they'll just mask the symptoms instead of transmuting it. Now, another thing you could do, like I said, is hobbies. What do you like doing? Do you like collecting stamps? Do you like collecting, do you like knitting? Do you like, I don't know, any hobby that you may have, or watching car races, or going to casino is not really a good hobby because it's more of a habit, but anything that'll kind of get your mind off of it. You know, I'm not trying to be too strict about this. Like, if you go to the casino and you moderate and you only spend like, you know, 10 bucks or 50 bucks or whatever your budget allows, and it really gets your mind off of the anger and it really just helps you forget about all this stuff, then sure, it's definitely better to drop 10 or 50 bucks and stuff, have a good time and get that anger out of your system than hold on to that cash and just like have nothing to do and have that anger manifest in you or whatever. But like I said, a lot of people, they go about transmuting anger in the wrong way. They go to the bar and they blow their whole paycheck, or they go to the strip club and they blow their whole paycheck and stuff like this. And I'm just saying, there's better, easier ways that are natural and free and healthy. They actually increase your health. Let's see, what's another way of transmuting anger? Like I said, you transmute it into something else. If you're a creative person, transmute it into painting. Get pissed off and just say screw it. Like, even if you have to draw or paint something like terrible or angry, like a guy's head getting ripped off or something like that, like, do it. If it gets rid of the anger, do it. But you might not want to show that painting to other people, or maybe it might become your masterpiece. Who knows? There's a lot of songs that I've written where I was like angered or whatever, but I haven't released them yet. I only released one. And like, I don't really, anyway, that's beyond the point. Back to anger stuff. Like I said, find a new interest. Look into getting to know yourself better. Read a psychology book. Read something about astrology, all this stuff. Obviously, transmutation is a focus of alchemy, you know, so they believe in transmuting emotions from pretty much anger to happiness, from happiness to this, whatever, to transcend this thing, because it's just not healthy. Obviously, I think there's more ways, you know, masturbation and stuff, or sex could be good stress relief and stuff like that. But, you know, like I said, masturbation and sex could be reckless too, you know. It depends on, you know, if you're just going off with promiscuous behavior just because you're angry or you hate yourself or whatever, or if you're just jacking off to get that anger out of yourself, like, you're really projecting that energy, but you're not projecting it kind of towards anything, but you're kind of feeding the anger. You know, you're jacking off with this anger, with this furious anger, or you're banging this chick with this furious anger and you're slapping her around and everything, and like, it's not really productive, I don't think. But I mean, it could be a stress relief if you do it the correct way, I guess. But I just recommend doing something else, you know. Do something that you can get benefit from. Like I said, lift weights, you'll get more muscular, you'll get better health. Run, you'll get more stamina, you'll be able to breathe better. Make music, sing, you may become a better singer, who knows, you know. Sing until your voice becomes better. That's usually how most musicians and stuff get their voice from. They sing. That's it. And I think that's it. Just do things you enjoy. Try not to focus on the anger too much. If you're driving and somebody beeps at you and flicks you off and, hey, you bastard, blah, 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 whatever, just like stick your hand out the window and wave at them and like throw up a thumbs up or a peace sign, whatever, and just like, they'll be shocked, they'll be confused, they'll be like, what the hell, this guy isn't beeping back, this guy isn't angry, he's like throwing up a peace sign, like what the hell's wrong with him? And like, that'll either make the person angrier or make them rethink their judgment and say, hey, you know, why was I beeping at this person to begin with, you know? So just let it, I know it's hard, but just let it brush over, you know. You don't have to worry too much about it. People will always be people. There's some people that are at a higher level of understanding, and there's other people that are just at a low level of understanding. And I don't want to be mean or cruel or anything, but let's be honest, like, most of them have a really hard time transcending to a higher state. So instead of being angry at them again or whatever, back at them, just be kind to them, be patient, and maybe eventually they'll grow and become better, you know. Tolerance, that's what's needed. Tolerance and patience is what is needed in today's high-strung society. Otherwise, things are just going to be crazier. Technology is going to be quicker, and people are just going to be so angry, and this is why all these shootings and all these wars and all this crap starts. It always stems from anger. Destroy your anger, transform it into something else, happiness, whatever. Do something good for the world with your anger instead of holding it inside you. Don't hold emotions inside of you either. Anger, depression, sadness, guilt, whatever. Get rid of that. Punch a pillow. Go to the gym. Punch a punching bag. Run. Do whatever you gotta do to get rid of all that things, because you pile up these emotions. You pile them up. You drink and you smoke weed and you do all this stuff, and all it does is mask the symptoms, but they're building up inside of you, and eventually they're gonna explode. They're gonna blow up, and it's gonna be chaotic as hell. Like, you won't expect it, you won't know what happened, and like, you know, you'll make a fool of yourself around other people, or even injure them or whatever. So transmute anger. That's the lesson. Do whatever it takes and try to remain cautious. When you get angry, when you feel that anger arising, say, okay, let it go. This doesn't affect me. And like, if you can't let it go, if it's still boiling up inside you, just screw whatever you're doing. Like, you're talking to somebody, whatever, and they piss you off, walk away. Just say, all right, man, see you later. You know, you walk away, put on some heavy metal or whatever, and just start jamming out, start headbanging and stuff, like, or start singing, like, sing your heart out, man, and you'll be okay. You'll get it out, and that's that. And then you won't resent that person anymore, and things will be good. All right? So that's it. Take it easy, guys.